Okay, welcome to the second part of this sun sign video for 2022. If you are a Libra and you've tuned in, here are some words for 2022 for you. Okay, Libra, a testing year for you. The kind of year when you really can only rely on your own resources, but very, very strong cards. It feels like a year of major soul searching, a year of major breakthroughs. Your solution, if you like, is to find your safe space. To find a place or a modus vivendi where you are appreciated, where you can play and express yourself and be creative. There will inevitably be major life changes this year, and some of it might feel a bit like a death. It might feel that you're being required to give things up, but the benefits are enormous. There you have an ace of batons, new beginnings, new dynamism, new creativity, new ideas. So Libra, I would say a difficult year, but well worth it. And my advice would be, count your blessings. Enjoy the simple blessings of life. Just the joy of being alive, affection from other people, things that don't necessarily cost money or effort. And then really surrender to the process. The I Ching is giving you here 17, following, sensitivity to others, trust, reliability, cooperation. So that's a little suggestion brought in at the end there. And adaptability. Adaptability, the most important thing when you're dealing with a card like the Death card. It's when you're dealing with major transitions. Take a deep breath, honor your feelings, and try to be adaptable. If you're a Scorpio and you've tuned in, here are some words for 2022. Okay. Scorpio, I have the feeling that you will be a bit frustrated by what you see as a lack of recognition, a lack of applause this year. Nevertheless, there's quite a lot of interesting work for you to do, and there is growth ahead. I think it's going to be a year when you need to concentrate on increasing your output, whatever it is you're doing, whether you're working or bringing up a family or creating art. there is an image here of growth, growing your operation, expanding your operation, just putting more out there. It's also going to be a year when you can work on your social status. That might sound like a bore, or it might sound fun to you, but it seems that you can get more access to areas or echelons of society or profession that you want access to. It will be a year where you will be exploring new pastures, new fields of activity, and you might be leaving some things behind. And in this case, that's absolutely fine. Push ahead, even if it feels a bit scary and a bit emotional. The exploration is recommended this year. Let's see what the I Ching has to say. Okay, there's it's called 18, work on what has been spoiled. There's something about here, correcting past mistakes. And that can feel a bit emotional sometimes, but it's really about making repairs, restoring balance and healing. So an interesting year, and I think a year in which you can get on, even if you might be hankering for this feeling of being recognised or applauded that might not quite be there during 2022. Not yet, but it's coming. That was Scorpio. Sagittarius. If you've tuned in and you're listening to this, here are some words for you in 2022. Okay, Sagittarius, a lot of coins on the table today in 2022. And I think the issue for you is really abundance. Connecting with that abundance that there is for everyone in whatever way, shape or form. You're advised to work hard. And there will be support. There'll be support from family structures, whatever that might mean to you. I think there will also be encouragement from strong family figures. Okay, and in the I Ching we have 57, the gentle. I Ching is counselling a soft approach here. Moderation, non-violence, subtle but deep. So it feels like there is an opportunity for you here to connect with a real richness and a real abundance. It feels like quite a year that is rich with possibilities. But these cards, these pentacle cards, they are gentle. They are, as it says here, non-violence. This concentration on work and getting things done, and this connection with structures, with family structures or family of choice structures here. It feels like you're connected and supported. It doesn't feel like you're fighting battles, and it doesn't feel like you're in conflict. And it feels like dynamism will be supplied by outside support, advice and influence for you in 2022. Okay, Capricorn, if you've tuned in and you're listening to this, here are some words for you for 2022. Capricorn, you too are looking for your abundance, your garden of abundance. And I think for you there is a little bit more feeling of separation from that abundance, and it looks like there are some emotional things to be cleared up. It looks like you are advised to look at some emotional journeys, some emotional difficulties, some upsets which you've been through, and to put them to rest, to put them to bed. Acknowledge the upset and move on and understand that there is, the 2 cups out of the 5 are still full. This really intense, lonely journey through these emotional upsets needs to end. It needs to be concluded. So there's a need for some kind of closure before you can get back to your gardening, as I call it, tending your garden, making your life grow, and accessing your abundance, which is here. There's a slight pause, I think. You're in a pause, and you are encouraged and advised to take a deep breath and get back into the garden and get digging again. Okay, we've got the I Ching talking about difficulty in the beginning, growing pains, awkwardness, becoming stronger. It feels that there's a phase that is ending, and here we've got quite a nice image here of an embryo in an egg. I can hear church bells ringing for you, Capricorn. This card talks about doubts and fears. I think they need to be acknowledged and not given too much attention. So let yourself get stronger, let yourself heal, and roll up your sleeves and get stuck into whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to make grow. Okay, Aquarius, Wassermann. If you tuned in and you're listening to this, here are some words for 2022. Cheap plastic cards. But I like them, they're bright. You two are looking for some kind of security this year. a structure, a castle where you can be safe and where there can be abundance and richness. Aquarius, it seems to be that you are being advised and encouraged to take advantage of your mental energy, your mental gifts. You are an air sign. You are connected with this card, Justice. And Justice is the archetype of processing information, weighing up pros and cons, and making decisions. It's time to take a look at the thought processes, the channels in your mind that might lead you to negative conclusions, and to reject them. The year itself feels like it's not going to be particularly easy. I said this in one of the earlier readings. It doesn't look like a laugh riot. It looks like another testing year. But the advice is to stay rational. And I'm even thinking of, I even want to say, look after your brain. Look after your, I'm going to rephrase that. Take advantage of your brain, your rationality, your ability to think clearly. Cling to that. Nurture your decision-making processes. And don't go down these negative, emotional trains of thought that lead to various kinds of nightmares. Let's see what the I Ching says. Okay, the I Ching cards in these readings seem to be offering sort of rewards and a gloss on what's previously been turned up by the tarot. And here we have the clinging, number 30. We have spirituality, virtue, enlightenment, devotion, inspiration, illumination. I think these two cards are quite like nighttime cards, and they can feel quite dark. So fire and illumination, enlightenment, is exactly what comes to the mind during dark moments. Pisces, if you've tuned in and you're listening to this, here are some words for you for 2022. Okay, so what I'm getting here is a feeling of being overburdened, maybe a bit exhausted, weighed down with responsibility. And this may sound a bit strange, given that it's a general reading for whichever Pisces are listening. But I'm getting quite a strong feeling of a family issue here. We have a king and a queen and a 10 of coins, and they're all reversed. What I'm feeling, Pisces, is that however this may be working for you, it feels like there is a kind of like a weight of responsibility coming, being directed at you from family or from family duties. Whether it's you that are the mother or the father, or whether it is you that are the child, and this burden is coming from your parents, or simply from your background. It feels like these structures are weighing you down. And it simply feels like you don't need this at the moment. You need this weight to be lifted from your shoulders. Whether that is permanently or temporarily, it's hard to say. Let's see what the I Ching says. Okay, we have youthful folly, number 4, impulsiveness, immaturity, bluffing, ignorance, reckless behavior, impatience. So it feels like there is an inner child issue here. That there is an inner child in you that wants permission not to be so responsible, not to be a pillar of the community, not necessarily to be working so hard to uphold these structures. Just permission to be stupid, in fact, sometimes. Not always that person who can manage everything and get everything right, and someone who can be relied on. There's a line in a song by Brian Eno, it's such a burden to be so relied on. That's what I'm getting here. So, however you can, just try to shrug it off. And if the responsibilities cannot be evaded, try to shrug off the feeling of being oppressed. And find moments or spaces where you can be foolish. Deep breath. That concludes my sun sign readings for the year 2022. You have been watching Robert Farrar's Tea and Terror. I wish you all a very peaceful, prosperous, and if possible, healthy 2022. Bye.